Week 7 in the BCFC is in the books, so now it's time to look forward to Week 8. Hi, I'm Adam Cordick, host of Touchdown BC and your weekly host for BCFC game previews. This week in Kelowna, the 4-1 Saskatoon Hilltops of the Prairie Football Conference take on the 6-1 Okanagan Sun. Even though these two teams play in different conferences, this game will count toward each team's overall record. This is a rematch of last year's Cup, where it was the Hilltops beating the Sun 38-24 to become national champions. We talked with the Hilltops head coach, Tom Sargeant, and talked to him about what BCFC fans can expect from his team, and also talked to him about traveling to Kelowna to play the Okanagan Sun. Coach, your team is 4-1 to start off the season in the PFC. That's good for a tie for first place in your conference. What are your thoughts for your team through the first 5 games of the season?
Well, to be frank, I just feel we're a little spotty. We haven't played with that consistency. Haven't quite played 60-minute football, but you know, I think we've had a bit of a turnaround. We got to play all right. Calgary came in and thumped us good, but you know, you play Regina, all the rules go out the window. That's just a fierce, physical, competitive battle. We walk away with a win there. So you know, we're starting to get some healthy guys back. So I'm starting to see us growth. We're able to build some capacity, and you know, at the end of the day, we know we're walking into a hostile environment. You know, the Apple Bowl has been as tough a place I've ever had to come coach, and so we're looking for another challenge, and we know we're playing a great team that's going to be well coached.
For fans of the BCFC who will be watching the game from home or live, who should be some of the players fans should look out for?
Well, it starts on our offense. You know, you got Jared Anderchuk, a fifth-year quarterback that's, you know, led us to a couple national championships. He's had his uniform on, flinging the ball in 3 Canadian championships that we won all 3, so that's pretty impressive. Logan Fisher's been starting running back in 2 Canadian Bowl championships and was the MVP last year, and so you know, those 2 guys are certainly of note. And then defensively, we got, you know, our Rush Hanson, Tommy Schnitzer, and Blake Herman. They are you know, tremendous edge guys that, you know, just give us tremendous passion and energy and make a lot of plays. So those are some key guys to watch. And, you know, we're a fun team to watch. We like to make plays and fly around.
You visit the Okanagan Sun in a cross-conference game, a team that you beat last year. Last year's game was decided by 14 points. This year your team is 4-1. Okanagan is 6-1. Is it fair to say that this game is going to come right down to the end?
I'll tell you what the reality is. We're coming in as the underdogs. You know, they are the team to beat right now. We're coming into, you know, their home territory. And I've watched the game film, and, you know, both teams look different from last year, and we know that. But, you know, I certainly like the skill and talent level that Okanagan's displaying and like how they're playing. And so we know we got to get all hands on deck. We got to come out and play our best game of the year if we're going to have some success. You know, hey, that's one of the game within the game. We play on that field turf, and you know, you go to that natural grass, and that's a different game. So it's going to take a while for us to adjust to some of those elements as well.
That's Tom Sargeant, head coach of the Saskatoon Hilltops. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and talk to you again next week. We also talked to the head coach of the Okanagan Sun, Ben Macauley, and got his thoughts on his team's first loss in 24 games against the BCFC opponent in the West Shore Rebels, and what he expects rematch this Saturday when the Saskatoon Hilltops come to town. Coach, this past weekend your team had their first loss to a BCFC opponent in 24 games. Your team was leading all the way until the end when Jamel Lyle scored a touchdown with 16 seconds left to give the West Shore Rebels the win 29-23. What are your thoughts on your team's performance?
I thought the boys played hard, and you know, we left some opportunities on the field that we should have capitalized on, and there were some coaching errors on my part that mismanaged the clock a little bit, both at the end of the first half and then the game again. Just some mistakes that I shouldn't have made, and didn't prepare myself properly for those. So, you know, that's something I'll take responsibility for. But the guys, they fought hard, and you know, I can't hold any of that against them. You know, they're a resilient group, and you know, they never gave up hope, even. You know, when we were struggling at times, getting our rhythm, you know, they still toughed it out, and I think they had a good belief that we could win the game. And you know, until that last couple minutes, anyone's ball game.
Coach, I have to ask you about the big signing of Rashawn Simonize. How excited are you to have a playmaker like that join your team, and how did it all happen?
Yeah, we're excited to have Rashawn. You know, he spent 6 weeks with the Cincinnati Bengals, and you know that experience is invaluable. I think he learned a lot there, and you know he's also one of very few people to ever do that sort of thing. So, you know, for him to suit up in an Okanagan Sun uniform this weekend is going to be fantastic. You know, he's a great young man, great character. You know, we talked to him back in 2012. I recruited him to come to Senior Bowl. Coach Kyle Kuzik, our D-line coach, and one of our recruiters, coached him in high school. So we had some relationship with him, and you know, we were just on the ferry on the way back, and we thought, hey, it's worth a shot. You know, and within 12 hours, it was a done deal. So, you know, it was a busy weekend, and you know, it's been busy ever since then. But it's all worked out well, and Rashawn's excited to be here. He's fitting in well with the guys because he's a hard worker, and you know, we've got a bunch of those guys around. So, you know, it's been a pretty smooth transition so far.
Coach, now to the game against the Saskatoon Hilltops, a team that beat your son in the last year. Are some of your players that returned from last year looking at this game as a revenge game? And what can you expect to see in this game?
So it's definitely a revenge game for some of our guys. You know, especially our defensive guys. We've got a lot of returners. We're really looking forward to getting back on the field, and you know, there's some unfinished business, and I wouldn't call it bad blood, but there's a healthy rivalry there, you know, and that dates way back before our time. You know, they've never beaten a Sun team in Kelowna, so we're really excited about the opportunity to continue that streak. But we've got a bunch of new guys as well who are just learning about the rivalry, and you know, it's a really meaningful game. To top it off, we're going to have 3,000 to 4,000 people here watching and cheering, so it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere.
That's Coach Ben Macauley, head coach of the Okanagan Sun. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week. Well, there you have it. If you are in the Kelowna area, that game is this Saturday, kickoff at 7 p.m. at the Apple Bowl. For more coverage of the BCFC, follow each team's Twitter account and also the BCFC's Twitter account at BCFC_media. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.